Welcome to my channel, Reflections to Jump On. Please like and subscribe. Whatever happened to Mamye Smith, Frank McGee's black girlfriend? Some time ago, I came across a large box of old Jet magazines. I thumbed through them and ended up reading an article entitled "Black NBC Production Assistant Fired," dated July 18th, 1974. The assistant's name was Mamye Smith. It was obvious quite a lot of yaga mess was left out of the story, as well as some bubbling beneath the surface. I became emotionally invested in the story. However, there wasn't a follow-up article on Smith's situation, and I was left twisting in the wind as to what happened to her, like so many others that read the article back in 1974. Mamye Smith, having worked for 6 years on the NBC Today show, was dismissed for alleged incompetency. However, Smith claimed her dismissal was racially motivated. At some point during the course of her interview with Jet, the journalist questioned Smith about Frank McGee, the former NBC nightly news anchor and recently deceased Today Show host, who was her lover. It is likely Mamye Smith was mortified that private information shared with a friend was divulged to the journalist. Thus, caught off guard, cornered, pressed, and peppered with questions about her relationship with Frank McGee, Smith probably was horrified their romance would become public knowledge. Hence, the photograph of Smith accompanying the Jet article shows a nervousness gripping her dark brown eyes and tension playing ring around the rosy about her gorgeous lips. She's attired in a psychedelic blouse and mod chic jacket. Her makeup is impeccable and her beautiful pecan-colored skin flawless. However, Smith had no need to worry, though, just as mystifying as D.B. Cooper's disappearance with the $200,000 ransom. Jet's scoop, published in its July 18, 1974 issue about Smith and McGee's affair, failed to muster any notice or traction in the white mass media. Thus, Frank McGee, Mamye Smith, and Sue McGee, Frank McGee's wife, and the Today Show were spared the glare of public scrutiny. Years after reading the Jet magazine article about Mamye Smith's dismissal, every now and then the thought would cross my mind as to whatever happened to her. It took more than 30 years for the missing jigsaw pieces of the puzzle surrounding Smith's firing to wash ashore. Surprisingly, the late Barbara Walters, the renowned American broadcast journalist, TV media trailblazer, and executive producer of The View, provided the tidbits in her 2008 memoir, Audition, a Memoir. In the memoir, Walters alluded to finding out Frank McGee had left Sue McGee and was residing with Mamye Smith on returning from an assignment abroad. And she expressed skepticism about the couple's relationship. Additionally, Walters indicated everyone on the Today Show's set was aware of Smith and Mcgee's entanglement, but kept it hush-hushed. Mamye Smith's employment on the Today Show began circa 1969, whereas Frank Mcgee joined the show as the lead host in 1971. In time, the pair became so charmy, Smith occasionally babysat the Mcgee's grandchildren. Was it fate that brought Mcgee and Smith together? Did Mcgee love Mamye Smith? Was Smith in awe of Mcgee's celebrity, sophistication, wealth, and manipulated into having an affair with Mcgee? Conversely, did Mamye Smith view Frank Mcgee, who was 20+ years her senior, a mentor and stepping stone into a broader world? Was Mcgee having a crisis, and was Smith the only person he could trust as a confidant? According to Dr. Frank Southworth, Mcgee's attending physician, Frank Mcgee had known for 4 years he had multiple myeloma. In fact, he successfully rallied back from hospitalization in 1972. Unknown to the public at the time, the NBC brass and the Today Show's executive producer were aware of Mcgee's health issues. Moreover, they expected him to host Today for 2 more years. The Jet article alleged Mamye Smith and Frank Mcgee were making plans to wed. Also, it alleged Sue Mcgee, Frank Mcgee's wife, stymied Frank Mcgee's divorce efforts. In retrospect, was Mcgee's marriage proposal unfair to Mamye Smith given his health issues? Or was Mcgee just stringing Smith along for selfish reasons? According to Walter's memoir, Mamye Smith didn't attend Frank Mcgee's funeral. And according to the Jet article, Mamye Smith was at Frank Mcgee's bedside when he passed away. Also, Walters disclosed in the memoir that Mamye Smith and Stuart Schulberg, the Today Show's executive producer, argued after the Today Show's crew returned from Mcgee's funeral. Subsequently, during the course of the disagreement, Schulberg fired Smith. However, Walters remained mum about what set the tiff off. No doubt the exchange was disturbing and unsettling to the onlookers. After cooling off, Schulberg apologized to Smith, but refused to rescind her termination, citing their incompatibility, and offered to assist Mamye Smith with a transfer to another department. She in turn rebuffed his offer. After Smith's departure, the Today Show became a battle zone. Mamye Smith's disgruntled allies versus Stuart Schulberg and the senior staff. No shrinking violet, Smith filed a complaint with the Office of Equal Employment Opportunity against NBC, charging racism. The complaint worked its way through the cumbersome OEEO bureaucracy and was eventually dismissed. Nonetheless, Mamye Smith, buoyed by a strong fortitude, a bubbly personality, a loving family, and a network of steadfast friends and NBC co-workers, eventually transferred to another NBC department. To Mamye Smith's credit, she never wrote a memoir about her relationship with Frank McGee or spoke about the details of their affair on the talk shows or in the media. Sadly, Mamye Smith passed away on October the 29th, 2021, and Barbara Walters expired on December 30th, 2022. Frank McGee succumbed to bone cancer on April the 17th, 1974. He was still married to Sue McGee at the time of his death, and they are both buried at St. Paul's Episcopal Churchyard in Woodville, Virginia. Additionally, Stuart Schulberg passed away on June 28, 1979.